welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
And I'm Nick Grantham.
What's up, Nick Grantham? We're here to celebrate St. Patty's Day, and where else are we going to do that?
At the Queen Lounge.
Queen Lounge in Fort Morgan, Colorado. The historic Queen Lounge in Fort Morgan, Colorado.
Historic, that's right. Historic Queen Lounge.
Hey, cheers to the green beers, my man.
Cheers to green beers.
We're all Irish today, right? Irish.
Some of us are Irish all the time.
Irish, yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're tuning in, it's not a regular episode of the podcast where you come on and tell 3 stories about your life. 2 are true, 1's bullshit. This is actually a special episode. That's why we're filming here at the Queen Lounge. This is our St. Patty's Day drunk episode, right? Where we ask people to tell their drunkest stories. They came on. They told us all about a time when they maybe had a little too much to drink, you know. And we had 4 people step up to the plate this week. A couple couldn't quite make it, but then I realized that Nick and I are real drunks, so we should probably be able to...
Yeah, we might put our own stories in this thing.
Yeah, that's right. We've got some Irish car bombs on our way too, so we're gonna have a little pre-Irish, right? And the Queen Lounge is gonna celebrate Irish St. Patty's Day all weekend long, right?
Correct.
So we'll get back into that a little after the episode. At the end, we will definitely. What's up? We will definitely talk about that more at the end of the episode, so you can come out to Queen's Lounge. March Madness, St. Patty's Day.
March Madness, man. One of the coolest things ever.
My favorite tournament in sports, man.
I was telling people stories the other day about when St. Patty's Day falls on the Thursday of March Madness. Things are wrong. People are watching basketball. It's getting crazy.
It's wild, man. It's wild. And St. Patty's Day has always been a fun holiday. You own a bar.
Correct.
Queen Lounge.
Correct.
I worked in a bar for many years, worked for Budweiser for many years.
Peppers
nightclub in Pueblo, Colorado.
Peppers.
That's right. You're one of the few people that actually went out there and knew about Peppers nightclub.
It was a fun time, bud.
It was a great fucking time, man. But you know what? We got a lot of stories to tell, so let's get into it.
Okay.
Should we? We decided we're going to tell Phoebe's stories first, right?
Phoebe. All right, Phoebe's story.
This is Miss Phoebe, so here we go. Check it out. Welcome to the St. Patty's Day episode. You have a drunk story for us today.
I sure do.
Let's hear it, sister.
Absolutely. So, as St. Patty's Day goes, I started off with a Irish car bomb. As I love those. I love them. Love it, love it, love it. So, had one of those. Getting in, it's early. No big deal, And then have another one because it is what it is.
Why not?
They're delicious.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And then, go on through the night. Everybody's partying. Everybody's excited. And there's an after party. And so they're like, you want to go to this after party? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I don't know any of these people. That is the other huge part of this is I've just met these people and they're really fun. And
in the bar.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So I went with them to the party, and in the car they had a handle of Bacardi. Now, mind you, I had been drinking a beer, whatever, in between. I was partying throughout the night, couple shots here, whatever. No biggie. I was like 24. No, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, fine. So I bubbled the Bacardi because that makes sense. Yeah. And everybody's like, chug, chug, chug. It's peer pressure. That's how it works. Right. And then I get to this house, and again, I've never been here before. I don't know these people. I just met them at the bar. Everybody really likes how I dance, so I get invited places sometimes. Yeah. And then so I'm there, and this other person offers me another bottle. And I'm like, oh, absolutely, because why not?
A handle.
Another bottle.
Oh, shit, okay.
So I bubbled that, because, again, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I'm twerking, again, at this place that I've never been before. But dancing, having fun with everybody else. And I end up backing up into something and knocking over a plant and all these decorations. And I was like, oh, jeepers. And all of a sudden I'm getting drunker and drunker. It's just absolutely taking hold at this point. So I'm cleaning everything up and stumbling everywhere. And I get everything good and whatever. And somebody offers me that other bottle. I was like, well, yeah, why not? And I turn it around and I realize that it's gin. And I thought it was Bacardi because I wasn't paying attention at that time. So I was like, okay, nope, I don't want that. No thanks. I'm good now.
Yeah.
And I start feeling really, really terrible. So I was like, I'll just puke and rally. It'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine.
Right.
So I stumble very gracefully after I've knocked everything over.
Sure.
And stumble gracefully back to the bathroom. I puke, but I do not rally. It doesn't happen. I just continue to vomit and vomit. And this very sweet lady who was the owner of the house, she comes back and she's like, girl, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just going to puke and rally. It's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. And I end up just laying there. She got me a pillow. She got me a blanket. Listen,
Okay.
I don't know these people. So I lay down, and people are like coming up. Like, people are literally peeing over me and just like, vomiting over me, doing whatever they need to. It's the only bathroom. That's the other part.
It's people in their 20s at a party.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I get it.
Anyway, so the next morning, I wake up. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I realized that I have stayed there the entire night. I had no idea where I was. The people that had brought me to the party left me there. And I get up, and my head is throbbing, and I'm still so drunk. And I walk out, and these two people are buck-ass naked on. Just completely. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. Party on, moving on. And so I moved myself out because there were no doors either. That was the other thing, is there were just no doors anywhere. So I walk into the living room, I gather my things and my belongings, and I walk outside, and I kid you not, I can't write this, I can't imagine it. I walk out and I look around, and the sun's coming out, and I hear roosters crowing, and I'm like, where am I? What is happening? Like, where in BFE am I?
Please don't be Kentucky. Please don't be
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Please no. Do I have any scars? Wait, I didn't check very well. Yeah. So I end up walking 1.5 miles back to Queen.
This is in Fort
Mind
Morgan.
you, this is in like Fort Morgan. And to this day, I cannot tell you who, like, I cannot tell you who it was. I cannot tell you where I was. I just remember, like, and I'm telling you, I was still so drunk. I didn't even wear my shoes, and it was like cold. It was August, because the reason why I was there, my brother's birthday is in August, and I was taking shots for him, and then it just turned into a party. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, it was absolutely atrocious. I get back to my car, got myself home, but that was one of the craziest nights I've ever had in my life. And most embarrassing, too. Like, just hands down. Yeah. So sad. That bitch's name is Penelope. That's my alter ego, and she doesn't... she stays home. She stays home now.
That girl.
Yeah.
That was awesome, Phoebe. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll see you later.
Thanks.
All right, that was Phoebe. I like that's an actual Queen's drunk story.
She was.
You were here for that.
I was here for that. I saw that story, and it was crazy. We went to the stadium, and I was thinking about Phoebes. Man, it's always good to see Phoebes, and great stories. She's high energy all the time.
Right. That's the first time I met her. She came down, and she's gonna do. Yeah, she's gonna do a regular episode of the Bullhucker, I think. Because I really liked her energy, like you just said.
She's high energy. She's funny, and I think she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. Yeah. Great lady. Yeah. Fun times.
She is fun.
I do remember that story, and she will never miss a good movement.
Right. Why don't you bring those over here? Let's get this on, bro.
Oh, we got some
Irish car bombs. Why not? I have not done an Irish car bomb in, God, it's been for fucking years, bro. But back to Phoebe's story. At times I woke up and I'm like, oh God. It's like Bruise Clues. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to kind of trace your back and your head. Thank you so much.
Wear my hat.
Where's our bartender today?
Jade. Jade is our bartender. Jade,
are you working on St. Patty's Day? Am I? My bad. Is that a sore subject? I'm sorry.
It's a couple weeks away.
Ready?
You should be.
All right, ready? Here, hey.
Cheers.
St. Patty's Day, baby. You're cooler than I, Nick. Grab them. Yeah. All right. That was.
You want a race?
No, never, my man, never. But
I play for keeps.
You and I have a few stories, Nick. Before we go to the next story, what story did you have cooked up for us today?
There's a few of them that I liked, and I was trying to think, like, how do I tell this story and not get anyone in trouble?
Just and if it comes to a name, say somebody. I'll make up a name.
I'll make a name.
Who's our guy? Who's Mr. Midnight Rebel here?
Rebel. I don't think I have any drunk stories with Rebel. But that dude's always around, man. He always shows up. He's a good dude. Good dude. Good customer. Great guy.
My man, what's your name at the end of the bar there?
Mike.
Mike? All right, well, Mike will be our story.
I have some drunk stories with Mike.
Mike,
You're in a drunk story with Mike? I'll tell you a drunk story with Mike. That's fucking easy.
Mike, you're going to be our drunken proxy right now.
Yeah.
And then Jade will be our girl proxy.
So
when I
first moved to Fort Morgan, Mike was not 21. But I was 21, barely. Had my brother's ID. But Mike was in the bar with us. And then he celebrated his 21st birthday like 3 years later. Like, what the fuck?
He's all happy with his actual ID. Yeah.
Before I owned the bar.
Okay.
Before I owned the bar.
Naturally.
Yeah.
It was.
Right.
But a great man, great dude. I love the goddamn swing shifts at the Sugar Factory. For you guys. Hey, peace, motherfuckers.
He's not wrong. Yep.
I'm not wrong. He's a good man. He's a good man. He shows up to work. He does his goddamn job.
And I'll show up here too. Like it'll be the same either way.
Nice. This Queen bar has always been fun for me too. We did comedy shows for so many years, and you guys were so generous always to have a deal at the end of the comedy show. I'd say, hey, take your ticket stub down to the Queen Lounge. I'll trade it in for a shot.
Yeah.
So the
absolutely
comedy show would show up here. And it got to a point where I would bring comedians down here. Well, Brant Tolbert is going to be here April 13th, by the way, in Brush. You can find it at bullhucker.com. But Brant Tolbert always says, hey, are we going to the toilet seat lounge? Are we doing the toilet seat bar? Because he loved it out here, you know. But one of the times I came out here to
he was always so cool, man. He always wanted to come down.
Very cool. He loves this bar, man. He's from Denver, but he just, like, if I told him we can't go to the Queens, he won't come down and perform.
I'm out.
He doesn't give a shit about the money. We came down here after a comedy show, man. We got hammered. It was a bad night. And I didn't have a ride home. You know what I mean? So I have two friends that live very close to here. I'll say Mike and Tish. I'll actually rat them out. And so I'm like a
DeSo's?
yeah.
Great people.
Yeah.
Great people.
So I'm like a homing pigeon, Nick. If I'm hammered, I'll find where I'm going, and then it's lights out. You know what I mean? Like I will. The lights go up. So I go to their house. I fucking like a zombie wall, just fucking make my way over there. And they always leave their front door open. So I walk in, and his teenage daughter's sitting there, and we've never met. She's sitting at the kitchen table eating a bowl of cereal. It's late. It's like 2:30 in the morning. And I walk in, I look at her. I'm not a small person. And I just say, I'm your Uncle Larry. I'm your Uncle Larry. And she's all, okay. So I go sit on the couch, and I kind of start watching TV, and she's just eating the cereal. God bless her. She actually handled it like a pro. She didn't freak out on me, you know. So, but Mike hears a man's voice, so he wakes up, and he's all, oh, hey, Larry, you know. Like, Mike and blah, blah. He's like, I know, buddy, I know. So Tish comes out, and she's like, oh, this is actually your Uncle Larry, you know. And she's all, oh, okay. And she's all, what's wrong with him? And Tish is all, it's fucking Friday. That's what's wrong with him. So it was a normal thing back in the day for me to get a little hammered here at the Queen's Lounge and try and make my way home.
Just for my own gratification. Were you guys in the same class together?
No, they've been freshmen when I was a senior, so I'm a little older than that.
A bit older.
DeSo's, yeah, that's how we met. I was their manager at Wendy's, their night manager at Wendy's. So,
dude,
yeah.
Wendy's, yeah, man, Wendy's. My kids love Wendy's, man. We put a brush. Can we go stop at Wendy's? Like, yeah, let's stop.
yeah, it's a trip. So
there's very, very few Wendy's around here.
They're just the one.
The one.
Just the one. Baby.
The one.
Just the one. Let's go do another story, man. Let's Danny Ketchum. Let's try Danny Ketchum.
Danny's. She was at
let's watch
Wyoming.
It first. Let's check it out real quick, okay?
So I want to say it was like 2010. I think it was 2010. And we went to Cheyenne Frontier Days to see Hank Williams Jr.
Nice.
Yes. I was actually very mad because I wanted to see Merle Haggard that year. But the day didn't work out.
Right.
It didn't work out for my ex-husband's friend to come down because he was coming from Montana. So this is a very important part to the story, which sounds irrelevant, but I was watching Ancient Aliens before we left the house.
I can't get enough. It's like a dirty. What's a guilty pleasure?
Right.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So I'm watching that before. Like, he had to work half the day, and he was coming home to get ready. I was watching that, and so I get ready. me, him, and my best friend drive up to Cheyenne to go to the concert. And so we get up there, get our hotel room, which we thankfully got a hotel room, which is few and far between for Frontier Days.
Is it tough? Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, everything's booked.
Sure.
And it was his friend from Montana was like, hey, let's get to a concert this year because it's kind of like halfway in between.
Sure.
And I wanted to see Merle Haggard because I was like, I want to see this man before I die.
Or before he dies.
Yeah. Not before I die.
Yeah.
Before he dies. And the better option for his friend was Hank Williams Jr.
Okay.
So we go to that, and I'm watching Ancient Aliens. He comes home, gets ready. My friend gets there. We go. And when she gets to the house, she tells me, oh my God, you look like a sexy bitch. Because I don't do my makeup. I don't do my hair very often. Like,
right.
It's not, I just don't.
Right. Oh, natural.
So, yeah. Like,
yeah.
I don't have the need to, like, I don't feel like I have the need to, so I don't do it.
Right.
So we get up, we're driving up there, get up to the hotel. His friend comes, everything. And we get to, like, we all ride in the same pickup to the concert because we got the hotel. So we're all staying in the one hotel room with 2 beds.
Awesome.
And it's his friend and his girlfriend, me and my ex-husband, and my best friend. So she was like just going to sleep on the chair or whatever. Mm-hmm. She was in college. She didn't care. She's like, I'll sleep on the floor. I don't care.
Right.
So we go to the concert and everything's good. Get our first beers, go in. I don't even remember who was the opening act. I remember it was good, but I don't remember who the opening act was. But so these guys come walking over to us and they just have trays of beers. Each one of them are holding a tray. And they're like, oh, my uncle is on the committee for Frontier Days. So, like, we just get free beer.
Nice.
I was like, sweet. Okay. And they're like, they kind of stayed off to the edge. We stayed off to the edge so we could go get a beer easy. And that's why they were doing it. So they come and stand next to us. And so they're like, oh, yeah, just take a beer. Like, they're free for us. Who cares?
Right.
So they're just handing to all 5 of us. Not just me, not just my friend, like all 5 of us. We didn't think anything of it. It's fine. And so the night goes on and they just keep bringing trays of beer over and handing us beers.
Dangerous.
And Danny doesn't remember 99.9% of the night. And okay, I'll tell that part later. But so I just like, all the beers are coming, everything's fine. But I just keep screaming, I'm a sexy bitch.
Yeah.
At my best friend.
Right.
And she's like, yes, you're a sexy bitch. I get it. Like, I told you were a sexy bitch earlier. Like, whatever.
Right. You started this. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that goes on and we go to leave the concert and just completely blacked out. Like, I can't see anything. I know I'm walking. Can't see anything. And, like, I can fairly, like, every once in a while, like, peek my eyes open and, like, know the part of Cheyenne where we were parked.
So you blacked out, like went down,
like in the concert.
Like, went limp.
Well, no.
Okay.
I was fine, and I was just screaming, I'm a sexy bitch during the concert.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, walking, we needed to walk back to our car, like, a half a mile.
Okay.
And so I'm, like, stumbling along, and I fairly remember, like, I remember hearing my ex-husband saying, you gotta stand up straight or you're gonna get a drunk in public. Like, Like Ron, like what's his name?
Ron White.
Ron White, yeah. Drunk in public.
Public.
And so I was like, I'm trying, like, but I couldn't see anything. Like, I remember everything was black, but I heard him saying that. And so we get in the pickup, and my best friend says, I just pile over into her lap.
Right.
Just done for. And so they get us back to the hotel room.
Yeah.
And it was like that. It was, oh, thank God we got a nice hotel room. Thank God we got a nice hotel room because that's the other story. I stayed in a shady one time because that was all that was left.
Right, right.
But so we get there and we all get back into the room and we're all going to go to the Outlaw. I'm pretty sure it's called the Outlaw.
I've never
the
been
big one.
I've never been to the Shine Frontier today, so I don't know.
So I'm pretty sure it's called the Outlaw.
Okay.
If I remember right. Well, they just put me to bed. And they're all talking. My best friend's fixing her makeup. His friend's girlfriend is fixing her makeup, like whatever. And I just hear like my best friend go, something isn't right. Like she piled over into my lap. And my ex-husband goes, no, she's just drunk as fuck.
Right.
Like, and she goes, no, we went beer for beer. We always go beer for beer. We each had 10 beers. Like, we always go beer for beer. And we're both in the same state of mind.
Right.
And he's like, no, she's just drunk as fuck. Fuck her, blah, blah, blah. She needs to sleep it off. So they leave me in the hotel room. And I remember hearing him say that. And he was like, she just needs to sleep it off. And I just sat up in the bed. And I was like, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, okay, that's Danny.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So they leave. Last thing I remember is don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, these guys were giving us those beers all night. We did not pay for a single beer all night because of those guys.
Oh, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah. So they come back to the room, apparently. And Danny is hiding in the closet in her underwear and a t-shirt. And I will say I'm modest about, like, my body.
Okay.
Like, I don't just run around in my underwear.
Right.
I'm hiding in the closet with my underwear, and a t-shirt, with my shorts on my head, talking about aliens. So the ancient aliens that I watched before I left the house.
Yeah. No, drunken math works. Yeah, I
yeah.
get it.
And I was also talking about the junior high football team with metal legs. I don't know where that one came from. Don't know. And so, yeah, I was running around the room after they got me out of the closet. I was running around the room in my underwear and my t-shirt. And so the other couple that was with us, they were staying with us. They are not having a bad night like everybody else is having.
Right.
And they almost get us kicked out of the hotel because they decide to go engage in some relations in the lobby.
In the lobby?
In the lobby bathroom. Yeah. And so we almost got kicked out of the hotel for that.
Right.
But, so, all of that, like, I didn't even know what happened after don't tell me what to do.
Right.
No clue. And so I wake up the next morning, bright and chipper. Like, super happy, bright and chipper. Like, no hangover at all whatsoever. Right. I'm happy. I'm good. But I wake up to a bed with no sheets. Like, I just have one sheet over me. There's no bedding on the bed. And I'm like, oh, what did I do? Like, my husband is not in bed with me. What the hell did I do?
Are you by yourself? In bed?
In the bed, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because there were like 2 queen beds. So the other couple is in the other bed. My best friend was going to be sleeping on the chair.
Right.
And we were going to be sleeping in that bed. But like, I wake up in a bed by myself. My friend is not in that chair. My husband is not next to me.
Right.
And so I'm like, and I remember changing when I got back to the hotel into my shorts.
Okay.
So I had like my t-shirt and my shorts on. And I remember that. Before I yelled, don't tell me what to do.
Right.
And so I like sit up and I'm like, pull up the sheets and I'm like, I'm in my underwear. Where the hell are my shorts?
Right. Right.
And so I sit up and I look on the edge of the bed and I'm like, okay, there's my best friend, but like, who the fuck is that guy?
Okay.
I don't know who that dude is.
But your friends are still in the bed next to you if they got busted for making the love.
Yeah. Yeah.
They let them stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They let him stay. They just like kicked him out and were like, get back to your room.
Right.
And they were doing it because like I was going crazy in the freaking room apparently. So I'm like, I don't know who that dude is. There's my best friend. I don't know who that dude is, but where the hell is my husband?
Right.
And so I look to the front of the bed and he's sleeping on the floor in the front of the bed. And I was like, I'm in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell did I do?
Right.
Like, I have no idea. And so I get up and it's like 7 a.m. They probably got back at like 3 a.m. coming from the Outlaw. I don't know. I don't know what time they got back.
Oh, I'm with you. Yep.
So I get up and I'm like, I wrap the sheets around me because I'm in my underwear and there's this other couple next to us.
Right.
So I like, and this random dude.
Right.
So I like wrap myself up in the sheet and I'm like, where the hell are my shorts?
Right.
I'm like searching the whole hotel room.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Hotel room. Anyways, so hotel room, I find them in the closet. And I'm like, why the fuck are my shorts in the closet?
Right.
So I go sit outside and I'm having a cigarette. And I'm like, my best friend wakes up because when I walked out of the room, it woke her up when I shut the door.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck happened, dude? She was like, you went fucking nuts. And I'm like, I went nuts? Like, how? Like,
Right.
I thought I went to sleep after I told him not to tell me what to do.
Right. Right.
He told me to go to sleep and I told him not to tell me what to do.
Right.
And she's like, no. We got back from the Outlaw and you were running around in your t-shirt and your underwear. And then you went and shoved yourself in the closet and you put your shorts on your head. And that was my tinfoil hat, was my shorts.
Yeah, fair.
And I was talking about the aliens coming to get us. That is why it's important about the ancient aliens that I watched earlier.
Yeah. Thank God you weren't rocking some porn before you went. That'd have been
no
awkward.
shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then, I talked about the junior high football team with Middle Lake. Like, where the hell did that come? I don't know. I think something that popped up on the TV, maybe in my sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think there's anything in that the beers were they laced or like?
Well, so we think those guys. Okay, so that's where it comes in. Like, I'm pretty sure I got roofied.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they were meant for my friend.
Oh.
Because they were giving, we're talking 5'11", beautiful college volleyball player.
Yeah, yeah.
She's single, standing next to two couples that she came with. And they were just passing out the beers. I'm thinking when they were handing out the beers, like she passed hers to me.
Oh.
Because then the next day, after my ex-husband woke up, he was like, oh, they told me, have fun with that tonight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's not even funny to roofie somebody.
But the way that he took it at that moment was that I was so drunk.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
he didn't take it like that in the moment.
Right.
But, like, the fact that we got in the pickup and my best friend was like, dude, something's not okay with her.
Yeah.
So, like, when he got me in the pickup and I just collapsed onto her lap, she was like, me and Danny went beer for beer. We always go beer for beer.
Right.
Something's not okay. And he was like, no, she's just drunk. She's being stupid.
Right.
And then it was like 2 days after the fact that he was like, those guys told me that.
Oh, yeah. That's scary.
It is. And I feel like the best takeaway from this is, number one, I'm not going to get taken advantage of if I get roofied.
Right.
You're going to have a whole like Broadway show of a psych ward.
Yeah.
But also, guys that are listening to this that think they want to roofie somebody, you might get that case that you're going to have to call the cops, not her.
Because she's going nuts.
Just don't do it, bro.
Danny, thank you so much for coming down and tell us the story.
Always.
It's good to see you.
You too.
Thank you. All right, that was Danny Ketchum. She's been a bartender here in town for a long time. Been around the business for a long time, man. I've
known Danny for a long time.
Yeah.
High energy. Energy.
Oh, yeah.
Always fun. And I can't imagine. Sorry, got a lot of underwear stories in that, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone to watch. So
I enjoyed the story, Nick, because once again, when you're young and you're drinking with your friends, this shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
You know, when you get older, you gotta stop drinking eventually. You know what I mean? Because it's.
Do you have to?
Yeah, you probably should if you want to live long enough. I guess I've slowed down myself just because it hurts. You know, but at that age, you go out with your friends. It doesn't matter what you're doing. This is a normal night for a group of friends out partying, especially if a hotel room is involved, right?
Correct. And you're sharing a hotel room with 15 people?
Yeah. yeah, I've done it.
There's two here, and we're sitting here, and my friend's sleeping in the chair. Like, what the fuck, man? Get 2 rooms, Danny. Danny, get 2 rooms.
Get 2 rooms. We're cheaping out, sister.
Yeah, fucking get 2 rooms.
We went to Vegas once again with the DeSotos. There was like 6 of us. We got 2 rooms adjoining, and that's what we did. Kind of wherever you laid is where you laid. It's wherever you passed out is where you passed out. Yeah, so we it was fun. My friend Beth lived in Vegas, and she married a guy from Vegas, and they introduced me to Ruby Tuesdays. You ever been to Ruby Tuesdays in Vegas?
No.
Okay, it's got all the Slurpee drinks on the wall, and they have one.
Oh yes. I have the cups. Yes, Ruby Tuesdays.
Yes.
And you want a little? Yes, I have.
And they put that test tube of the more booze in it.
Correct.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So. He tells me, you like to drink? And I tell him, I know, little girl. He goes, okay, good. He goes, let's try the 190 octane. I go, all right, it's Everclear. It's an orange Everclear drink, right? And they go, does he want the extra shot of Everclear? He goes, oh, my new friend here, he's no little girl. Of course he wants the extra shot. So I slugged that fucker, Nick, right? I'm pounding my chest. And I tell him to get another one. He goes, no. Get something else. Don't get another 190 octane. I go, okay. So I drink that, Nick. We say goodbye. I go to find my friends. Nick, we were staying at the Excalibur. There's those air walkways above hotels.
Yes.
I'm walking from New York to the Excalibur, and I just fall down. I just eat shit. There's no bump. There's no hole. There's no nothing. I'm shit-faced. People trying to pick me up, I start swinging, bro. You know what I mean? Just because I'm like, I don't know if I'm being raped. I don't know what's going on. But my friend finally follows me back. You know, he follows me back to the hotel room, watches me try to get in that hotel room for like half an hour. Trying to
key not working?
I just can't get the key in the hole. Yeah. It's a common problem with me. I have no children. That's why.
He's got a problem putting the hole, buddy, just so you know.
I'm telling you. Self-confessed.
Yeah.
But finally, I opened it up. He followed me in there, Nick. I fall in the bed. Bounce off onto the floor, and that's where I woke up the next morning, man, not knowing what the hell's going on.
Well, I love Vegas. I had a lot of Vegas stories. Usually I get pretty fucked up in Vegas. And
right.
You know what's weird is we don't get too drunk in Vegas.
You too?
No, I just don't get too drunk in Vegas. Like, I get drunk everywhere else besides Vegas. I don't want to get drunk in Vegas.
Really?
Because I don't know why. It just, I'm it's a big city.
Yeah.
And so I get worried. I'm a worrier.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
You're probably safer drunk in Vegas than you are drunk in Morgan anymore. You know what I mean?
No, Fort Morgan, I'm safe.
That's true. You're Nick Grantham, so you're safe.
Fort Morgan, I'm safe. We're good to go here. Vegas, I'm good. Like, I always have good times though.
Yeah.
The worst thing about fucking Vegas right now is they got the Raiders there, and I hate the goddamn Raiders. Yeah,
the worst, dude.
I've been to that stadium twice. It's awesome, amazing, but fuck them.
Agreed. I remember I took my mom to Vegas one year for her Christmas present. She'd never been there. She's a single mom. So I said for Christmas this year, I'm taking you to Vegas. You know, we stayed at the Luxor, and I looked out the window and I asked the lady front desk, "What's being built out there?" She's like, "That's going to be the new football stadium." The Raiders stadium? She goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "How do I go piss on that thing?"
Yeah.
She goes, "What?" I go, "Can I get over the fence?
Can I pee on it?
Can I go pee on it?" And she's like, "I don't." I don't think so, sir.
Some people like you, Larry. Like, we're fucking Bronco fans the day we die.
But we're also petty. I mean, Bronco fans are spoiled and we're horrible. Dude.
I heard they're getting the gosh darn Oakland A's.
Dude, the Waltons?
Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think the baseball team is going to move from Oakland to, once again, they're going to take both teams. I think the A's are going there.
That blows my mind that the Vegas has that kind of... They'd be able to support a professional team of any time. And the reason why is 75 to 80% of the people in Vegas are just visiting. You know? They're just there for the weekend, man.
Yeah, we're here to go.
How much is the actual population of Vegas?
People show up to watch the team.
I guess so. And I guess... have you went to that stadium yet?
Been there twice.
Oh, I have not yet, man. So...
It's sexy. Oh, gosh, dude.
Did you...
My daughter said the same thing. We went to the Pro Bowl last year, and Charlie was like, I hate the Raiders, but this stadium is sexy. I was like, yeah, it's pretty freaking sexy.
Before we go to the next drunk story, did you have a drunk story you're going to tell?
We'll get you that.
Okay.
Let's take a break and watch the next one.
Okay, let's watch the next one. So that was Danny Catchum. Thank you, Danny, for doing it, by the way.
Danny, that was awesome, man. Great story.
She was.
A lot of people want to see you in your underwear, just so you know.
There you go, Danny. There's an open invitation. So,
why were you in the closet, by the way?
She was scared of the aliens.
Yeah, the aliens. They get the aliens.
She had her shorts on her head, and she was scared of the aliens. Yeah.
Couldn't figure it out, but cool.
But
all right.
How many times have you woken up, Nick, just somewhere strange, and you're like, not even like a one-night stand or anything, just at a friend's house, just on the fucking couch, the floor, the lawn, I mean, you name it.
100 times.
100 times. I'd have hey,
where the fuck am I?
Cheers to that, right?
Yeah, cheers. Where the fuck am I? Danny, was a great story. 10 for 10. I think you might have get roofied. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
There's a very good chance you got roofied. I mean, I always joke around that I always remember everything I do when I'm drunk. I just don't admit to shit. I most of it. So some of it I get told stories of, and I'm like, wow, that's.
And the question of that is, Danny, did you have a good time?
Yes, damn right. I always say, you know what? When it's time for me to go, Nick, I'm not scared because, well, no, I'm not scared, but I have no regrets.
Because you're 6'5" and fucking weigh 300 pounds, dude. Look, I ain't scared of nothing.
No,
That's
saying,
fair.
But I'm not. No regrets, man. I've had a good time on this earth, man.
No regrets.
Right. So, all right. Let's do the
Larry's
next
got a
story.
tattoo that says no regrets.
No,
right here.
no regrets. Yeah. put my gold teeth in to form it up. So, the next story we're going to listen to is a common person on the Bullhucker, Miss Jen Neb. Old Generous.
Remind me of Jim's story.
Jen's story was when she was in Manhattan drinking.
Got it. Okay.
And this is a real simple story, but here, check it out.
Good.
What's up, Jennifer Neb?
Oh, not much. How are you doing?
God, I know you're going to show up for drunk stories. How did I know that?
Oh, well, of course I'm going to show up for drunk stories. I have quite a few. Not quite a few. I have a few good ones.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's hear
yes.
let's hear your drunken story.
All right. So my drunken story, it's short and sweet, but here is it as I remember the drunken story. Because, sometimes it's so hard. You don't remember a lot of them.
Right.
So here we go. We were in Manhattan. Just had seen the Book of Mormon Broadway show.
New York, Kansas.
New York.
Okay.
And left the Broadway district and found an Irish pub somewhere off the beaten path, and I proceeded to get shit-faced. So I don't remember much about the bar itself. I remember there was a girl from Texas named Nikki who ended up glomming on and partying with us, which was super fun. And then eventually it becomes apparent that I gotta go. It's time. Right. So instead of taking the subway back to the hotel, we opt for a cab. And first I just have to say that the cab driver was a saint, because as soon as we get in the car, within minutes, blocks, I start saying, "Oh my God, you gotta pull over, I'm gonna throw up." And then he would, and I'd get out, and I'd be like, "I'm not gonna throw up," and get back in the car. Yeah. And it went on every block or two, and he probably stopped 8 or 9 times for me. Oh my God, gotta pull over, I'm gonna really throw up. But it just kept escalating every time I'd get out, and I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna throw up. Get back in the cab, and finally we reach our destination, right in front of our hotel, paying the cab driver, and that is exactly the moment when I threw up all over the inside door of his cab.
I'd stab you. I'd stab you right in the
Oh,
heart.
and that's what I'm saying. He was such a saint because, you always hear the stigma of the New York cab driver anyways.
Right.
I'm surprised I didn't even end up in the trunk and out on the New Jersey Turnpike somewhere.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and that's all I remember about it is I just kept bothering this dude. You have to let me out because I am going to vomit. And then every time I'd get out and be like, okay, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen.
Oh.
Get back in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Right.
So, and I felt awful, and he was just a saint. So I just have to admit that. But yeah, that's all I remember really, truly about the story. But it was a great night out in Manhattan. I remember that.
That guy had to go with that smell in the cab.
I know.
Oh,
and then I couldn't have waited until I was done. Get out in the street, shut the door, whatever. It went right down as soon as I was handing the money. It's like, here you go. Oh, and a tip. So, yeah.
Yeah. What did you have for dinner that night?
Oh gosh, am I even going to be able to remember? It was a fancy restaurant across the street from one of the theaters. I'm almost going to have to say probably along the lines of steak. I got to choose the place, so I don't think I got to really choose the meal.
Okay, I just wonder what you threw up in his cab. So.
I remember it was right around Mother's Day. Well, I'm sure I threw up half an Irish pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Jen Nebb. Pretty basic story, but it's also one of those drinking stories anybody that's ever been a partier understands about throwing up.
As a friend, Jen, the balls go to New York is crazy. I feel like I'd be lost in New York.
Yeah, I've never been. I don't.
She said Manhattan. I was like, Manhattan? Like the big city? Fudge.
Yeah. Well, I said Kansas or New York. She was Kansas or New York. I go,
Yeah.
but it's that thing, Nick, where it's you're going to get sick, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I haven't done that too many times in my life. For as big a drinker as I was back in the day, getting sick wasn't something I ever fucking did. I woke up feeling like I wish I would have. But as the poor cabbie in a bigger city, can you imagine the drunk stories they have, taxi cab conventions of dealing with drinkers?
Yeah. Oh, man, it's going to be thousands of them.
Oh, my God. It's got to be awful, man.
Thousands of them.
And for her just to throw up all over the poor
We gotta stop. We gotta stop again.
Yeah. So it was a great short story. I really dug it, man. It was fun.
And it's Jen, so it's once again they're like, hey, it's Jen.
It's Jen.
It's Jen.
Well, we know it's just Jen. That
we love her. We love her. Yeah, like, hey, we're gonna go.
She's the drunk mouthy chick in the back of the cab. That's who the cab.
You ain't gonna fight.
Yeah.
Jen, be easy. Be cool.
She has a story about. I wish she told this one about the Queens. About one time she got kicked out. Amy, blonde Amy. She sells vehicles up in the front range now.
Yes,
she's a bartender.
Yeah, not my wife, Amy.
No, not Amy Grantham. But it was you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, Amy. Yeah.
I won't say her last name, but Jen said that she just drug her ass out that back door, half her size, man. And Jen just grabbed her, just drug her ass out and tossed her, man. I was like, good for you, So that was Miss Jen Nebb's story. And once again, I appreciate them coming on and doing that. Telling
that was very awesome, Jen. Thanks for showing up. That was a great story. Like, it was awesome. Once again, I said, hey, I've never been to New York. I've never been there. One of these days, it's in my to-do list to go to New York.
Yeah,
I've never been there.
Me too. I'd love to go. Yeah, that's definitely that in Chicago, man.
A lot of places, not New York though.
No,
I feel like I just feel like that I won't fit in. I won't.
Just a visit though, Speaking of so New York and Chicago, so I'm gonna go to Chicago. Probably go to a Bulls game. Yeah. That's the place they turn the whole river green for St. Patty's Day.
They do.
They dump all the dye in the river. How cool is that, man?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but what shocked me when I heard a big city did that, I almost automatically assumed it was Boston. That would the Irish population
makes more
down
sense,
there.
but Chicago.
Yeah. So
I flew into what do they call it, O'Hare or
yep, O'Hare.
Midway. I fly into Midway a lot.
Okay.
Because of
you have family in Indiana.
A family in Indiana, so that's where we fly into Indiana.
You have a Notre Dame drunk story.
I do have a Notre Dame drunk story.
Let's hear it.
I don't know if it's drunk or not, but it's a Notre Dame story. So anyways, we're kids, and I'm 18, 19 years old. But my cousin Matt, I blew you up, buddy. It's Matt.
Who's the man?
So he calls me,
What's
goes,
up,
hey,
Matt?
I decided, hey, what's up, Matt? What's up? You still doctoring?
Practicing medicine? Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, Matt was an unbelievable athlete. And he said he ran the 4.3, 4.340, 4.34, something stupid like that.
Right.
So anyways, we love Notre Dame. We grew up Notre Dame. We grew up Catholic. So Matt had a full ride to play football at Notre Dame, and he turned it down. He's like, dude, I'm going to go to Harvard.
Wow.
I said, yeah, what the fuck ever, man. Whatever.
Wow.
I was like, hey, dude, God told me to go to Harvard. Hey, fuck you. God loves Notre Dame. Right?
Yeah.
So it'll all work out.
Does Harvard have a statue of him or a big painting of him?
Matt, do you have a statue? I asked Matt, do you have a statue in Harvard yet?
No. Is it a painting or a statue? It's a painting, right?
Oh, you have a painting?
Touchdown Jesus, is that what it is?
No, that's Notre Dame.
Oh.
Notre Dame has Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but Harvard does not.
Harvard did not have no statues. You know what? I don't know. I've never been to Harvard.
Right.
Where is Harvard?
It's up in California, correct?
No.
Where is it?
I think it's in Boston.
That'd be right. I think MIT's in Boston.
Correct.
Okay.
The smart kids go to that area, by the way. Apparently smart kids go down there.
I haven't brushed high school education, bro. I barely know where Denver is.
Anyways, Matt told me the story. He's like, hey, dude, I decided to go to Harvard, and I got a full ride. I was like, God's telling me to go to Harvard. He's like, fuck you. God loves Notre Dame. He's like, nah, I'm going to Harvard.
Right.
So Matt goes to Harvard, played football, blew his knee out twice. How many times you blow a knee out? Twice? Once? Twice?
Yeah.
But anyways, his new job now, he works at Notre Dame now.
Right. He's the trainer, right? The personal trainer? Or not
Yeah,
personal, but the,
you're a trainer, right?
Athletic trainer?
He's the head of I don't know if we get in trouble about that. He's the director of sports medicine
Okay.
at Notre Dame.
That's a pretty important job.
Apparently. I don't know. But anyways, great story, great guy. 4.340, 4.34. Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, man. I ran a 40 in about 9:10. You know what I mean?
But you also weigh.
I'm the size of an offensive lineman. It's all good.
Did you keep it under 6?
What's that?
Did you keep it under 6?
I don't remember the last time I ran a 40 in high school. I don't think they made me run a 40 in high school. I think maybe. I doubt it. I've never been gifted with speed, bro. You know?
But you're a blocker.
I'm a blocker, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Kneecap people.
Or defensive guys. Like, I'll fucking kill you.
The chop block, baby. The chop block. That's all it's about, man.
That's what we're about, right
That's
there.
what it's about, the chop block. And that's
No one's
Bronco fan,
fast
right?
anymore.
We got one last story before we throw a few out ourselves. This is a good friend of mine, and also someone who's been on the podcast, Ms. Dencia Kudrin. So this is a story you kind of related to because of the hotel, but we'll check it out here.
Okay. So this is actually recently. Me and my sisters and Chloe Cabry, we all went to Denver for the weekend, and we were going to stay at the Embassy Suites downtown. Well, if you're familiar with Embassy Suites, one thing I love about them is that they have free happy hour, right? I think it's like 5 to 7 or whatever, and then a great breakfast in the morning because you need that after you've been drunk.
Free happy hour, so you drink free the whole time.
Yes.
There's not 2 for 1s, it's just free.
Dude, free.
Oh.
Have you never?
No, I'm going to go to the Embassy.
Yes, dude, you have to go to Embassy. It's the best.
Okay.
And like you like a limitless amount of people. Like
Right.
there was 5, 6 of us, and we all drink for free.
Nice.
Yeah, so obviously you need to get your drinks in right before it's over. So it's like, oh God, slam it. So we are getting pretty drunk, and this is weird and unbelievable, but this is true. There was a certain convention there at that hotel this weekend. A biker gang, which I'm not going to say the name of because I don't want to be on anybody's hit list.
A motorcycle club.
Yes, a motorcycle club that is known to be outlaw-ish, I should say, and just kind of rebels, shall we say?
Okay.
All over down in the lounge where we're drinking. And so we're like kind of talking about it like, this is crazy, huh? Oh my God, I can't believe it, blah, blah, blah. So there's this guy sitting next to us, and he is not with the biker gang. Like, you can tell he has like suit and tie on or whatever. He's drinking by himself the whole night. And so finally we thought he would be maybe a possibility for my sister Wendy, who is single. So we tell him, come over, talk to us, you know. And so, what are you doing? Well, he is there. He is something with the law. I forget, some sort of cop or something. Mm-hmm. So, of course, we're talking about how crazy it is that the convention is there with the motorcycle gang and whatever. And he's bullshitting us. He might have been lying. I don't know. I don't even care. And also he was married, so that made it weird. We were like, bye. But anyway, so we're sitting there and we're by the elevator. One of the biker guys gets off the elevator. I mean, and you can't mistake him.
He's dressed in full leathers.
Yes. Okay. And like a vest on, and he has tons of patches on the vest. So, you know, he's been in it for a hot minute.
Right.
Tatted up on his face, and like older, like our age, not like 20-ish type guy. Tatted up on his arms, like probably a teardrop, like he's a bad motherfucker. But he's carrying a red balloon. And we were like, what? This is such a weird combination, like a biker guy with this big ass red balloon pinching it like this. Yeah. And so we are pretty drunk. And so we're like, come talk to us. And we're like, what? Are you a clown? Are you like here? Are you their entertainment? And he's like, no, like I'm just here. I'm here, ladies. And we're like, why do you have a balloon? You know, and he's like, I just have balloon. And so we're like, well, why? What do you do with it? And he takes and he sucks the balloon. Well, in my experience, when you suck a balloon, you're gonna, hi, my name's Dancia, da-da-da.
It's helium.
It's helium. This guy pulls it away and he's like, what's up, ladies? And we're like, what? Oh my God, ha ha ha. It's the opposite of helium. What is it? Do it again. And so, what's up, ladies? You got it. And it just, like, his voice is lower, and we're dying laughing. Like, really, what are you? Don't know what it is. And the guy that came over to sit with us is like this, and he's, like, disgusted. And we're like, do it again. Do it again.
Paula, pull up the periodic table. We need to do this guy's
yes. Yes. He does it so many times. And so finally, we're on, like, the 10th time. This guy, the balloon's like getting smaller, and he just keeps doing it because we're like, this is so weird. Like, it's the opposite of helium, clueless as to what's going on. Probably like the 10th time, we're like, do it again. And my sister Paula was like, wait a minute, I want to Snapchat you. So she gets her camera out and is like, okay, go. And he does one big huff, and we were like, and she zooms in on him and is like, turn around, we want to see your vest. And he goes to turn around and he stops, and you can he had sunglasses on. The look in his face just goes dead. Eyes roll back in his head, sunk, falls to the ground, and we were all, what the hell? And the guy that came over to sit with us, he's like, what'd you guys think was going to happen? What'd you think was going to happen? And we were like, I don't know. Like, what did happen? Like, what happened? I thought he was a biker clown. Right. And he was like, no, he's doing whippets. What's whippets? What is this? You don't understand. Well, apparently, you know how, like, it was a thing to, like, huff,
whipped cream.
Yes, whipped cream, or like the stuff that you clean like your keyboards with and stuff. Oh, okay. He had like nitrous oxide is what it was. Oh. Filled up the balloon with nitrous oxide and was just walking around. But we didn't know. Like, I legit thought it was a helium balloon. But this guy was ballsy enough to walk around the whole happy hour full of people. Cops were down there. He's like, they're not going to fuck with us. Like, really? Right. Would you?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Carried around a balloon, but he falls out. When he passed out to the ground, he never unpinched the balloon.
I gotta make this shit last.
Yes, his like fingers were like this, and we were just like, oh my God. So the other guy's like calling over. He's like the security, the people at the front desk. And, you know, Larry, as much as I'd love to sit here and tell you we stayed here till the end, we want to make sure he's okay. No. I was like, there are
30 other of these biker gang people down here. They probably want to come over. We just killed one of their own. And we're laughing about it. Ha ha ha, do it again. And so we were like, literally walked over him and we're like, we got to go to Forrest Gump's right now and get some shrimp. Sorry, we're late for our dinner reservation. And it was so terrible. So that lived on my conscience. I was like, I don't know if this guy is dead. I don't know if he's alive. I don't know. But we stayed there the whole weekend. And on Sunday, I saw him down at breakfast. So I was like, good for you, buddy. I have a feeling he was probably experienced in something like this.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday for him, man. Yeah. He's not scared, you know?
But I didn't get it. Like, I still don't get why you would do that. I get a lot of drugs, like the pill. But I don't get that one.
Dude, whippets have been huge since, like, we were kids.
But why? Like, what do they... Like, I even asked Carrie, what does it do?
It gets you all lightheaded. It's like when you start smoking. You know, it just gets you lightheaded.
Did you ever do that thing, like, in the olden days where you'd, like, breathe really hard and then, like, hold your breath and do that? Like, yeah. I imagine that's what that is, right?
Yeah. When I started smoking cigarettes, I get all lightheaded and giggly, dude. That's how I got hooked on those damn things, so...
You would feel that way from a cigarette, really?
When you first start smoking, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could see it, like, every now and then.
After, like, 2 months of it, though, it went away. You know what I mean? No more happy times. So
that's why he was just walking around with a whole ass balloon.
Good for him, dude.
Not even whipped cream. He had a whole ass balloon.
He might have been, like, the chapter leader, too, like the grand poobah of this motorcycle gang.
That's what I was like. Oh my god, we just killed one of them. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead.
We almost died, but we gave him Wendy. Sorry, Wendy, but
she's single. Yeah, she is still single. If that matters to you, she's super nice. She might like whippets. I don't know. She never done them. Okay. Yes.
Well, one of these days, Nancy, I'm going to buy a bunch of whipped cream, and you and I, Carrie, will sit down and we'll whip it good.
Yeah. No, I'd probably be one of those that just lose my shit and like hit my head against a brick wall or you know what I mean?
Die in the worst way possible.
Yes, exactly. Like eat my own arm off or something. Like I don't want to do it. I don't trust myself.
This shit happens. But hey, Nancy, thank you for coming to tell us a drunk story.
You're welcome.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. All the green beers, buddy.
All the green beers, sister. Maybe like one or two. I'm getting old.
Yeah, they hurt in the morning. Try some whippets.
I'm in.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye.
All right, that was Dancia Kudrin telling a Dancia story, you know, and I don't know how she in life, this shit follows her around. This is just a Dancia thing. You know what I mean? Like this girl just stuff happens to her. You know, it's she attracts it. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it's Dancia, and she's always fun. I don't know. She sold me at the first hour. She said about we were at the Embassy Suites downtown. It was a great hotel.
Right.
Great breakfast. By the way, the free drinks are awesome.
Yeah, I bet.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We ever travel. I'm gonna get paid for this, but if you're gonna travel somewhere, go to Embassy Suites. It's awesome. Free breakfast, happy hour. You're gonna love them. And my wife will say this: crispy bacon. If you like crispy bacon, they have crispy bacon.
I love chewy bacon, but hey, Embassy Suites.
Oh, I like chewy bacon too myself.
Yeah.
We're different like that. My wife's like, can you burn that shit? Like, nah, I'm good.
No, it's gonna be chewy. Hey, Embassy Suites, if you're watching this, show a little love to the Queen Lounge here in Fort Morgan, Colorado. You put some of their flyers. Yeah. You put their flyers. You put their flyers in your hotel room because they're loving you. So. You selfish
when
bastards.
I travel, I'm NBC Suites.
Yeah, I've never been there. I'll have to check it out next time.
Oh, dude, it's a great hotel. Great hotel.
But I love the fact it's a higher end hotel, correct? I mean, it really is.
What's that?
Kind of higher end hotel.
No, it's not.
Really?
It's like it's the same price for any other hotel.
Okay, I'll be down. Well, I'm just saying it would shock me that there would be like the motorcycle club that was there.
Oh,
that's awesome. I
think it's around $120 a night.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, 90 whatever, but you get free breakfast. So when you travel with 4 kids, like my kids myself, breakfast is expensive.
Oh yeah,
and they got free breakfast. Shit, that's $60 right there. Saves.
I help stick it in you, bro.
Dude, 5 to 7, we got free drinks. Let's drink these motherfuckers.
Do they slow down the drinks? Do they get them out quick?
They're great service. I don't know. They slow them down because they're free, but. I mean, we usually have a good time.
Yeah.
So awesome. When we used to go to state volleyball, state volleyball was everyone wanted to stay at the Embassy Suites because all the parents want to stay at the Embassy Suites. Why? Free breakfast and free drinks.
Right.
Here we go.
Right.
Here we go.
That's awesome. I'll have to check them out.
And you get so pissed off if you played from 5 to 7. Shit, man, I got no free drinks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what she was saying. Well, Nancy said they were just like double fisting after a while, that story. And I like that story because, I mean, nitrous oxide, you said when you listened to the story right away, you knew
It was exactly right. It was, have you guys seen The King of Tulsa? It's Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
And they were selling nitrous oxide in balloons.
Do they float still?
You know what? I really should. I didn't know, but I knew right away. I was like, this dude's...
Yeah. Huh.
It's a drug, and I've never done nitrous. So
Well, they're like whippets from back in the day.
I never did whippets.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I smoked a lot, done a lot, but I never did whippets.
I think it was big in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Like when we were children and stuff.
But I knew right away they're doing nitrous oxide.
Yeah. And I mean, that guy, took that, but once again, probably a Tuesday for him, right? Like, it wasn't a big deal for him to knock this shit out. Right? I mean, come on. I'm more impressed that she said when he took his shit, when he dived, when he blacked out, he still held the balloon. He still held that balloon, man. That's a seasoned vet right there.
That's like a pulling your beer. I ain't falling my beer like that.
That's awesome, man. That's fantastic. So that was the 4 people that actually put stories in for this episode, which was I really appreciate it, and this will be, we want to make this an annual thing here at the Queen Lounge, right? Bringing back the St. Patrick's Day drunk stories and. Get it from next year. If you're interested, man, next year, definitely. But we're not done talking yet. We still have some drunk stories between you and I to tell, correct?
Correct.
Do you want to start off one?
Tell me a Pueblo story.
A Pueblo story?
Yeah.
God, you put me on the... So Pueblo, it was like a drunken blur for the Pueblo stories, man. I mean, I worked at a nightclub forever. So every night we would go to someone's... Well, no, that's not true. Most nights we would. But like on Saturday night, we didn't work Sundays, right? So this is one of my most cherished memories. It's not really a drunk story, but just a cherished memory of something I miss. We'd have dirty Sundays, and what that was, we'd stay up to someone's apartment, house, whatever, and drink. Like, we'd get shit-faced till 7 in the morning, right? Get a few hours sleep, and then, if it was football season, we'd go to someone's house, watch the Broncos, right? Yeah. We'd order a bunch of pizza. I mean, no one to take showers or anything. You just show up in your pajamas, sweatpants, or whatever, and hang out all day, man. We'd just hang out all day and just kick it. And, if it was the Broncos, man, we just watch movies all day on Sundays, dirty Sundays, man. It was so relaxing. But it was wild to work in that nightclub because, man, just, it was wild to be behind a bar and just try whatever you wanted. You know what I mean? And just, I wish I was prepared for the Pueblo stories. I had a few from around here, but I've seen
it's hard to hear.
Like, man, it's just such drunken stories from that damn.
You guys ever been to Pueblo? It's different.
It's a crazy, and Pueblo had the most bars per capita in the nation. Maybe still does. When I lived there, that was it. And it was cool because, I mean, it was like almost its own little community. Bar staff, bartenders, even bar owners, Did you ever go to Hoch's in Pueblo? They're off, it was on the end of Northern and Prairie.
Nope,
Northern
never once.
The Boulevard. You know where Hastings was?
Yeah.
Okay, it was that little shopping mall in Hastings. And it was built kind of like Queens, more like the Bars and Brush were, like just long and skinny. And they had a service industry night where it was Monday night. It was just waitresses, bartenders, and people would show up. And it was so much fun. No one got in fights. No one did any of this shit because everybody was just so excited to have a night off, party. The Big Cat Band would play, man. It was fun to go drinking. But, I mean, in Pueblo you have cabs. You have all that shit, too. That's what I miss about Pueblo is the free ride home.
I had a lot of fun times there when I was a kid. And so when I was a kid, the movie theater was closed down, so there was no movies in La Habana. You had to go to Pueblo to watch a movie.
Wow!
And they had the new big old show, the movie theater.
Tinseltown,
yeah, Tinseltown. Mm-hmm. They had a Tinseltown, so we drove up there to watch a movie.
Oh wow, it's nice.
It was crazy, but yeah, we stood in lines up there when later in college. We go up there because my buddies were there, and
yeah.
Jeff Baker was tending bar somewhere, so
yeah.
Shout out Jeff. How you doing?
What's up, Jeff Baker?
Yeah.
Where was he bartending at?
I have no idea. I can't remember the name. It was where the hell we were at. I actually saw him at Greg's wedding. It was pretty cool.
Huh.
Anyways, but it was a great time. Pueblo was. If you guys go to Pueblo, you were living the dream, but we were big time.
It was a good time. It was
a great time.
I lived over when I first moved there for the first couple of months. My great aunt had a little apartment in the back, a little room more or less, and it was in Minnequa, there on the bad part of Pueblo, Bessemer. and I'd have a few beers at home, then I'd walk across Bessemer Park, or Minnequaw Park now, everybody, the old school calls it Bessemer, and I'd walk across that park by myself at night. My cousin Dave the Mooch, what's up, Dave, you piece of shit?
The Mooch?
Dave the Mooch was like, you're not walking by yourself at night to that park. I'm like, yeah, that's how I get to the town tavern over there, you know? And he's like, I'm lucky I'm the size I am, you know what I mean? Because someone would have kicked the shit out of me and mugged me and robbed me. But I remember going to it was the town tavern. It's closed now. It's right on Northern and Ormond, a little block off to the west. Anyway, I walked in and I was just drinking my Yukon Jack and at the time Bud Light. And I remember the bartender going, hey, man, you want some cocaine? And I was like, no. You know?
Where's this cocaine and how does it go?
I was just tipping him. Like, I don't think I'm the only person that tipped it. This was a neighborhood slum bar. It was not, you know, but it was the closest one I had, you know. So he was impressed. I was throwing a tip at him. So, yeah, he offered me some cocaine. And apparently in Pueblo, that wasn't an uncommon practice. So,
really?
Oh, I guess so. That's what my buddies tell me. It's the only time it's ever happened to me, but, yeah.
I always say about that, and you get off the subject, but I'd be a lot skinnier if I had cocaine, probably.
It's less fatty than beer. That's true. Yeah, that's true. So,
anyway, I was thinking about other stories from Pueblo. As a kid, we played a lot against baseball. We always played baseball in Pueblo,
right,
and right by the airport, which is crazy to watch the airplanes land. 'Cause from the middle of nowhere, you never seen an airplane land, right?
Right.
These things are coming flying in, and I'm playing the center field, looking at this, like, holy shit, it's an airplane. It's an airplane. Yeah. Nick, pay attention. Nick, pay attention. Did you see that motherfucker right there? It was hard, but we played against a lot of good kids. Dropping names, we got Brian Musa was pretty good. There's a lot of good kids from Pueblo.
Yeah.
They were good. It was tough. We're a little swing.
By the airport?
It was right by the airport. Yeah, we played the baseball fields right there.
I'm trying to think who the field would be. Because they have them right on I-25. There's a couple big ones, and then by Risley, or that's not Risley.
Yeah, I'm telling you, right by the airport there. It was right there.
Huh.
And it was crazy, man. I loved playing baseball there. It was fun.
Yeah.
But see, let's rephrase that. I played baseball there. I wasn't good at it.
Right.
That's why I played golf, because I could catch, I could throw, couldn't hit.
Right.
Save my life.
Pueblo's a crazy town. Coming from Brush, Colorado, it was a learning experience for me, for sure. I have a friend, we'll call her Amy, you know, my Amy. And Amy was a tough cookie, man. She was a fighter. She was a little petite thing, but she'd fight anybody, anything. She was a little mean. But she's my big sister, you know, and we still talk to this day. And we were in a dart league, and right next to the Club Peppers was the side pocket. Remember the
correct?
The pool?
Yeah.
So we were in a dart league, and we're playing darts, and we were all, just pounding shots, whatever the dollar shot of schnapps was. We were just ordering platters of them. And she was dating a guy named Nate at the time, and Nate's ex-girlfriend was Sarah Nick. And do you remember the side pocket at all? When you walked in the bar, and then there was the pool table, and then you had to go downstairs to the pool table. She was out there playing pool, and we were a little hammered. She walks up and says something to Nick's ear, like, you know, and I'll cut that out. Amy, whoops. Amy, she's real cool about it at first, you know what I mean? And that girl goes to the bathroom, so Amy gets up, real calm as a cucumber, falls into the bathroom, and all of a sudden, a waitress named Christy, who we worked with, she worked at the side pocket on the days off, goes, get in here. Amy walked in there, kicked open the bathroom stall, grabbed that chick, and just started just whipping her. Me and Nate ran in to grab her, pull her off. This other girl's got her pants around her ankles. You know what I mean? She's bloody because Amy just knocked the shit out of her. And in Pueblo, that wasn't a newsworthy thing. That just happened at the bar. You know,
It just happened.
Oh man, at the club I worked at, the bar I had was right next to share the wall with the women's restroom, and you would hear thump. You know, that means someone just hit the wall in the women's restroom. So the bouncers would go in there, and the brawls would break out, and it was nuts, dude. That's why New Year's Eve is not my favorite holidays, because it was the one holiday of the year, one day of the year at the club where everybody was in a good mood. Everybody's just happy. It was all mellow. All right, go back. So one of the drunk stories, I like I said, a lot of drinking one time. You know, I shouldn't brag about it. It was fun. I'll probably pay for it someday. But for my 40th birthday, my 30th birthday, they had a surprise party for me. Friends from Pueblo showed up. A lot of people showed up. And I used to be a Yukon Jack drinker, man. you know. So
Yukon.
oh, but I used to love Yukon, man. I drink it with Mountain Dew, call it the Yukon Do It. So
I like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sell that.
you should.
I'm gonna sell that. You can drink.
You can do it. You
You
get
can
Papa
do it.
credit. So I get hammered, Nick. I pass out like 7 p.m., right? So they take me back to my apartment at the time. I didn't own a house yet. Take me back to the apartment, and I wake up at like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I go piss, and I had a mirror above my toilet, and I'm leaning against it, and everybody has autographed me with a marker. I'm not wearing a shirt, and there's a big dick drawn on my chest, and my mom signed the dick, you know, and
Your mom signed the dick.
yeah, of course she did, you know. And I look at it, and I look, what is the fuck? And then I realize it's my birthday still. So I call my buddy, you know, I said, where are you at? Because he's from Pueblo. I go, where are you at? And he's like, we're at a bar and brush. I go, which bar? He goes, we're at a bar and brush. How many are there? So I go back, man, and I walk in, and I'm like, round 2. And everyone's like, holy shit. Yeah. And I ended up finishing off the night. I mean, I closed the bar down, Nick, and that was the most endurance drinking run I've ever made in my life. It was wild, you know. And everybody, I basically took my shirt off for the night, you know, just showing everybody my little tattoos. Everybody signed me, you know, and everybody else was signing me at the bar. And it was one of the drunkest nights of my life. And it was weird because I woke up, I didn't feel bad at first. I now realize I was probably still drunk when I woke up. You know,
How old were you?
It wasn't. I hadn't sobered up yet. That's why I wasn't hurt.
How old were you? So you
I just
recovered
turned
better.
30. I just turned 30.
Oh, 30.
Yeah, 30
oh,
years
shoot,
old.
30-year-old drunk.
Yeah.
Shoot, man, I was thinking about like 20-year-olds like that and think about, man, we were playing a golf tournament, and it's me and Fister.
Who?
Sorry, Adam. Fister.
Fister, okay.
Fister, man. Fister was so good at golf. That dude's so good.
Right.
But did not give 2 fucks. And we were, all of a sudden, I start running my goddamn mouth, which I shouldn't do, but I'm running mouth.
Right.
Do like that. And I'm about to go to fight. And we're in this golf tournament in, like, maybe, it might have been Pueblo. I think it been walking stick. We were walking sticks.
Shocked. Okay. All right.
Shocked, yeah. So I start talking shit, and these dudes start showing up, and all of a sudden, here comes Fister. And he's not, you ever seen the movie Notting Hill?
Been a long time, yeah.
But the guy that has, like, I'm wiry.
I'm wiry, yeah.
I'm wiry? That's Fister. I'm
Okay.
wiry. But the dude never backed down for a fight ever. Like, the first name, all of a sudden shows up is, here comes fucking Fister.
Is that what you call him, Fister?
His last name's Fister.
Oh, okay. All right, okay. All right. That makes more sense.
And sorry about his mom. And sorry, Ann. Rod, good to see you guys.
Mrs. Fister. That's funny.
Mr. Fister.
Mrs. Fister, his mom, right?
She's Mrs. Fister.
Yeah. That's horrible.
Yeah, in my wedding, I was like, I pick up, had Brandon Quick pick up Fister at the airport, and he was his Fister. He never knew his first name. Never knew it's just Fister, right? Just Fister. I'm not calling Fister over the goddamn intercom. Mr. Fister.
Mr. Fister. That's hilarious, dude.
Oh, dude, what a great dude. He was so much fun.
But the guys in Pueblo were going to fight?
Oh, yeah. And all of a sudden, I was talking about a fight, and all of a sudden, Fister starts showing up and swinging punches, and I'll fucking kill every one of you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. How did it end up?
We lost. We got beat up.
That's hilarious.
But Fisher tried. We had a good time.
I almost got jumped in Pueblo one time. There was a guy named Rafik. Now, Rafik said he owned there's a convenience store off Abriando, right when you pull off I-25.
Yeah.
He come to the club, and he let us go in there and get, like, free snacks and free gas and shit, because he said he was the owner, right? Turns out he was not the owner, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, he had, like, 8 DUIs or some crazy shit. You know, Rafiki, he had kind of a...
Rafiki?
Yeah, it was Rafik, but we call him Rafiki. He had kind of a drinking problem. So one day, but he was an amazing pool player. I mean, this guy was a shark, you know. So we were down at prime time down on 6th Street in Pueblo downtown, right? And he's hustling these guys, you know what I mean? And I think he thinks because I'm this big bastard behind him, he's going to end well. It's me, him, and Kelly Riggins. I'm not much of a fighter, but Kelly is. And there's like 5 or 6 of them. And, dude, thank God the cops had showed up, because after Rafik had taken all their money, you know what I mean? And then he starts running his mouth. He's a little guy. He's a little dude, man. And his accent doesn't make it much better. And that's the closest. And I think I told Kelly, this is not going to end well. You know what I'm saying? We're outnumbered. We're in Pueblo, so we're probably getting shanked. You know what I'm saying? Someone's got a knife, I guarantee it, or a gun. You know,
it's not going well for us.
Yeah, thank God the cops came walking through as he got heated. So, we got to go ahead and bolt, man. But yeah, that's about the closest I ever came to getting jumped in that town, man. Because of fucking drinking, man.
I wasn't drunk this story, but one of my favorite Bronco stories ever is I'm a big Elway fan. John Elway fan is one of my heroes. And I loved watching him play. And my Uncle Dave had season tickets. We have season tickets, but we always sit on the top. And it was crazy. It was a cold game, but we knew, well, Uncle Dave knew for sure that John Elway was going to pass 40,000 yards passing. It's a highlight.
Okay.
So we're walking down Old Stadium. The old mall is a little different how you walk out of that thing. And we're sitting there, and like Dave's like, no. Let's go look it out. He's about to break it. He's about to break it. And this dude, he is fucked up. He's like, peanuts. I want some peanuts. And all of a sudden, some dude hits that motherfucker right in the goddamn face. The bag of peanuts, like, shut the fuck up. He grabs it, like, thank you. But anyways, I saw the 40,000 yard game for John Elway, and that was this dude was so fucked up. Back then, it's got to be 97, 96, so I'm like 17, 16 years old.
So, I know 50,000 was against the Chiefs when you hit 50.
Yeah, I've been to all those games.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, because
Michael Dave would always tell me every game, this is a special game, but a special game. We better go.
I want to say the 50,000 yard mark was in the playoffs against the Chiefs, correct? God, I think.
Well, it can't be a playoff game because those stats don't count.
Are you sure?
Playoffs don't count.
Okay, no, I was wrong. I know it was against the Chiefs because I remember them stopping the game and being like, he just went over 50,000.
I was at his 40, his 50. Yeah, it might have been the Chiefs. I have the ticket.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. But one of the cool ones was Terrell Davis when he got 2,000 yards.
That'd been cool.
That's pretty awesome.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Michael Dave always wore like the headsets, not the headsets, but like radio.
Okay.
The old school speaker, like kind of these things you got on there.
Yeah.
But the old school, just through the radio. And Terrell was, where is that? Anyways, he had a big run. Like he had a big, 55-yard run for a touchdown. Right. And Dave looks over, Uncle Dave, say, "Hey, he's gonna get there." He's like, "Dude, he's like 35 yards short." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, he just told me. I think it was Larry Zimmer who was on the radio. Maybe it was Dave Logan or Larry Zimmer, one or the other.
Dave Logan, probably. Yeah. I love Dave Logan.
Yeah, dude, Dave Logan's better. Sorry about Larry Zimmer, man. That shit sucks. Yeah. But anyways, he's like, "Dude, we're close. We're fucking close." Like, he's gonna get it. And holy shit! And the whole you could feel it from the vibrate from the stands. You could feel the energy. Like this motherfucker's about to get 2,000 yards. Yeah, and the place went crazy
in a 16-game season.
Yeah, dude. It was just. And so Uncle Dave took me to a lot of dumb shit games. But I always remember peanuts. It's a joke for our family. We talk about peanuts.
That's awesome. Well, Nick, we're running out of time, bro. We almost
we got 50 minutes. We got 50 minutes to go. I got an hour.
Before we go, though, I want to talk about St. Patty's at the Queens. What's going on out here, man?
We got corned beef and cabbage. Is
that all weekend or no?
Starting Sunday on St. Patrick's Day itself.
Okay, that's a Sunday. I didn't look.
Yeah. Is it Sunday?
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day, we're going to do that. Pretty excited. I'm taking my kids out to Arizona a couple days before to play golf with Trey McBride.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome. We bought that from the junior golf tournament.
Okay.
Donnie Edson. Right. So we bought that. That's pretty fucking cool.
That is cool.
So, I can't wait for Trey to play with the Riddler, which is called Tom. The Riddler's going to ask you questions all day. Sorry, Trey.
That's your son, Tom?
Tom. Yeah. He's going to question all the guys there. Hey, what about this? What about this?
He's like the kid off Bad Santa.
Oh, yeah. Are you fucking with me? I can't wait for Trey to break down. I can't wait. He won't. He's a good kid.
What are there drink specials this weekend?
Oh, we have drink specials all weekend, all month. Actually, all month we have drink specials.
Okay. For St. Patty's Day, you're doing Irish Crown Bombs, you're doing green beers?
All of it. Irish Car Bombs, green beers. We got 5 different Irish whiskeys you can choose from.
Nice. What are they?
We have Lost Irish, Jameson.
Jameson, of course.
I can't see them in front of me right now, so I can't look at them all, but we have 5 different Irishes.
This light is bright.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So come out here to the Queen Lounge, located on Kiowa Street. What's the address here?
112 West Kiowa.
112 West Kiowa.
Next to State Farm.
Next to State Farm. Yeah. By the way, thank you for the Sonic gift card, Amy. I got it in the mail.
Oh, she did tell me. She's like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
like, I got Larry.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
But come down. You guys are open early in the morning. You guys
7 o'clock. We're open.
7 a.m. And that's why we're doing this a little later in the afternoon because you get a crowd down here in the morning. You know,
We're pretty busy in the morning.
yeah. Well, the second and third shift guys come down, right? Because for them it's 5 p.m. But come on down, celebrate it, and then March Madness also starts.
Oh, I love March Madness.
Right.
I can't say this legally, but we have a bracket.
There may or may not be a rogue bracket out here.
There
That's
may
what-
or may not be a
may
bracket.
You might have luck to find one. The odds might be in your favor there, so we'll see. But I haven't filled them out in years. I should. I always go for Gonzaga.
Who's your favorite college team?
Gonzaga when it comes to basketball?
Gonzaga?
I don't know why. But Gonzaga or it's funny.
Who's the best player from Gonzaga, do you think?
Of all time? Probably Zerbiak.
Really, Wally?
I like Wally Zerbiak.
I know he went there.
Didn't he go there?
I don't know. Maybe he did.
I thought he did. Anyway, it's always.
I was thinking it might be
They only pump out white point guards. That's all they do.
who's the point guard that played for the Utah for all those
John
years?
Stockton.
John Stockton, yeah, that
that's
bar
true. I
there,
forgot
yeah.
of him, yeah. And there was also another guy that was, oh shit.
Tim Morrison, John Morrison.
It's funny because I always liked Gonzaga because that's who I got in the brackets for some reason. You know, there was a cool bracket that used to go on at another
They're
place.
always there, but never win.
Yeah, I don't know why. And the Bearcats. I always remember Cincinnati.
Ooh, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Not the ass from the Chiefs. Don't ever say that.
No.
Oh.
I'm talking about the basketball player. He was great.
Oh, okay.
Played for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Is it Fonz?
Nope.
I don't know. Who was it?
Broke his leg in the championship years ago, and
Who was that?
played for the Nuggets. He's a badass dude. You want to find a fight?
Oh, the Birdman.
Nope.
No. I give up.
I forget his name. But
He's trying to get it out of me.
no, he was unbelievable. He was so good, but he broke his leg in the championship game for Cincinnati Bearcats.
Versus the Bearcats, or he played for the Bearcats?
No, he was playing for the Bearcats.
Oh, okay.
In the championships, he broke his leg, broke his femur,
Oh,
or broke his tibia,
oh.
like whatever. But he played for the Nuggets for a long time. He had a badass dude. Not Vince Carter. Gosh darn it, I'm gonna draw a blank right now.
We'll Google it here in a minute. But anyway, come down to the Queen's Lounge, celebrate St. Patty's down here with the gang. And March Madness, man. Come down and have a few green beers.
Because
and
it's
watch
basketball.
them. Yeah, because it's crazy. Like you said before the podcast, they have St. Patty's and the March Madness in the same weekend. That's just asking for trouble.
Yeah,
man.
you're asking for trouble. Here we go. Shit, it's on.
Nick, I want to thank you real quick, man, for having us down here. I will tell my one Queen story before I go.
Okay.
Before you owned it, and I told you the story, and you said this isn't unique. This happens all the time. A guy named Harold owned this.
Harold Ball.
Yep. Or for Budweiser, I'd come down here, and they do their anniversary every year. But he considered you an employee of Budweiser that day, so he'd give you free drinks. I get hammered, so drunk, so I called Mike Whaler. Rest in peace, Mike Whaler. I called Mike Whaler, not from this, by the way, and I said, I'm too drunk to drive the van. You got to come get me. He goes, you got it, buddy. This is at noon, 1 o'clock. He shows up. He goes, I'm going to have a beer with everybody. Okay, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 p.m., he's now too drunk to drive as well. So we got to call our big boss and be like, you got to come get us, dude. Ended up closing the bar out, Nick, with all three of us. I don't even know how I know I didn't drive, but...
It's you brush people. You do the same. A lot of you brush people do the same thing.
Pete Digger's rule. I don't know.
Gosh darn, I guess I think I his name now. It was, what's his name?
From Cincinnati?
Cincinnati. He was a badass dude. Played for the Nuggets.
If you know, put it on put it below in the comments. I'd love to. We'll test
When we
these
figured out,
people.
oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we're going to put the link to the Queen Lounge here in the description below. So if you want to check out the Queen Lounge, that'd be awesome. And support them. Follow them on Facebook. They always got stuff going on. You got bands down here. You always got something going on.
Yep.
Even like trivia. And if you
I
watch,
love trivia.
that's you do it here.
Who's the basketball player from Cincinnati that played for the Nuggets?
I'd fail right now. If you were a fan of HGTV, you can come down and check out behind us. You can see kind of what they did behind us in the secondary room. It's really cool in there. I told you and Amy, I watched it on TV and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then when I came and saw it in person, I was like, that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, this is really cool, man. It's way more impressive in person. I'll tell you that. I don't think this show does it justice. To come down and see it personally is way cooler.
That's the nicest thing you ever said to me, buddy.
Well, there's not many things to say, Nick.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Gosh darn it, man, that's so nice.
And thank you so much.
It is pretty gorgeous back here. You can see in the background a little bit right there. But
it's
hey, thanks for letting us be a part of this, man. I really appreciate that.
Of course, I've
been looking forward to it, and I had stories lined up, and I drew a blank right there. I should have had my notes right here in front of me.
Good. They gives you stories for next year's St. Patty's Day. So
but you gotta keep the stories. You don't write people out. Can't write people out.
You can't. Well, I do. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad friend. But
you walked out. Yeah.
But if you enjoyed what you've seen today, in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there's a little red dot. That's our subscribe button. Go ahead and click that. It's a small click for you, but it's a huge click for us, man. So someone's calling.
Yeah.
But we got to go. Nick, thanks.
Got to answer the phone, buddy. Got to go back to work.
All right. We'll see you guys. Hey,
love you, Larry. Thanks, man.
Buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
See you guys. Happy St. Patty's Day. Peace.